Hey everyone, Mike here from the Wellness Bucket. Thank you so much for joining me for another Motivational Monday message. Here we are again, another week. Let's go ahead and roll and get into it. So this week's message is, it actually stems from a blog post that I just did last Wednesday, and it had such a great response that I figured I would mention it here on Motivational Monday Message. And the whole blog post and what I'm going to talk here today about is 4 mindset shifts that I made recently as like I think 3 or 4 months ago, that has helped me big time, and personally for myself, and not just myself, but also for the clients I work with, the people I serve and help with my wellness coach. And so I want to share them with you here really quickly, and how they've helped me and they can help you as well. I really do believe that. So there's 4 of them. So let's go ahead and touch upon each one of them. Number 1 is when it comes to goals, is setting objective goals versus subjective. Well, what's the difference? I used to say, hey, you know what, I want to have my own business, or I want to help and serve people. And that's great and all, but that's very subjective. It's not really, you can't really measure that. And again, with my own clients, like, hey, I want to lose weight, or I want to feel better, or fit into my clothing better. And again, all great goals, but they're not really, they're very subjective. We can't measure that, right? We can't measure if we're making progress. And part of human nature and feeling good about ourselves is the ability to track progress, to know that you're making progress. So that's number 1, is actually change your goals from being subjective to objective, where you can actually measure them. So for me, it's like, hey, instead of saying, hey, I want to help and serve people, awesome, but how? And now if I say, hey, listen, I'm going to help 4 people per month, I'm going to work with one-on-one with 4 people per month, then I can measure that. Then I know, hey, you know what, I am helping and serving people. Or, you know what, I'm going to reply back to every email I get from people who reach out to me. It's objective. I know I'm making a difference by my goals, being able to measure my goals. Same thing with health and wellness. If it's like, hey, I want to feel better, well, what does that mean? Oh, okay, well, it means losing 30 pounds, or fitting into a size 6, or running a marathon. You can clearly define what the goal is, and you can track your progress as you hit these goals. So that's number 1. Set objective goals versus subjective goals. That's number 1. Number 2 is identify the why it's important. Why do you want to do these things? So the whole, hey, it's just good for me, I know I need to do it, X, Y, and Z. It's not really, deep-rooted whys. For example, my whys want to help and serve people. It's just, I want to know that my life, there was meaning to it. It mattered, that I was here for a reason, and even long after I'm gone, I've made a difference. And in addition to that is, I want to know that I'm making my grandpa and my dad proud. If they were still here with me today, that they would be proud of the man they raised. That's my deep-rooted whys. So perhaps, wanting to lose 30 pounds, it's like, hey, you know what, I want to serve as a good example to my kid. I want to be the best partner I can be for my spouse, and have the energy I want. I want to feel confident in my, when I'm out to dinner, out on a business trip, whatever it may be. What are those deep-rooted whys? That's number 2. Make sure you have those clearly defined and written down, because that's what's going to help you keep going when the going gets tough. And more often than not, when you're out to do something great, it's going to get tough. So have those deep-rooted whys. Number 3 is challenge your story and your beliefs. And what does that mean? Well, sometimes we're really held back by the stories and beliefs we have. I know for myself, example, I used to think, my work at best, was average. And this probably stems from growing up, not having been motivated and encouraged as a youngster, from teachers, and being told my work wasn't the best and I wasn't going to do well, and X, Y, and Z. It's a whole different story, but I wasn't supported and encouraged and motivated. So my beliefs were my work is average at best. And perhaps the story, if you're out to lose weight, maybe it's like, I've tried before, I'm going to fail again. Chances are I'm going to fail again. If that's your story, chances are that's what's going to happen again. Or it's like, I can't do that. I can't build a business because no one else, why me? Why am I going to succeed when, chances are 9 out of 10 fail? Well, if that's the thought and the story, chances are we're going to fail. So question your story, question your beliefs, and get rid of the ones that aren't serving you and replace them with the ones that will serve you. So for example, me, it's no longer like, hey, you know what? Your work is at best average. My new story, and what I tell myself now, is like, hey, the work I do is going to be the very best I can do. I'm going to do my best work, and I'm going to put the best work I can out there. That's my new belief. And interestingly enough, things have been going really well, not just for myself, for the clients, for the success that they're seeing from the folks I'm working with. So question your beliefs, question the stories you're telling yourself, all right? That's number 3. And replace them with beliefs and stories that will serve you versus hold you back. And lastly is focus on the process. This is a big one, right? So if you're out to lose weight, forget the scale, forget the tape measure, the clothes. Focus on the process, which is eating right, exercising, sleeping well, taking your vitamins, drinking your water. That's the process, right? And for me, it's like, hey, as I build the wellness bucket, I want it to be this global, I guess, movement, if you will, to make a difference, a lasting difference in the lives of others, now and forever. And, it's a big goal. So, but I focus on the process, which is just, hey, writing daily, putting out these videos, serving one person at a time. That's the process, and I'll continue to focus on that. And if I do that, I have confidence and faith that it'll grow into what I believe it's going to grow into. Same with you guys. Whatever goals you might have, focus on the process. What's it going to take to get me from where I am today to where I want to be? And whatever that process looks like, focus on that, and you can rest assured that if you do that, the results will come. So that's this week's message, guys. That's the 4 mindset shifts I have made over the last 3 or 4 months that have made it's made a huge difference for myself personally and for those I work with when it comes to the success that they're seeing. And these are changes I wish I would have made, 10 years ago probably. But you know what, better late than never. So go ahead and try one, if not all of those mindset shifts and see how they work for you, and let me know how they go. I'd love to hear about it. Reach out to me. It's mike@thewellnessbucket.com. Have a great week ahead. If I can help you, reach out. And if I don't hear from you, no worries. Have a great week, and I will chat with you next Monday. Until then, cheers.